Hello my crafty friends, it's Jelly Bean, and as promised I am here today to start the tutorial for our embellishment box. And welcome to my craft table. I got a spot cleaned out and taped off so I know to stay in frame, because I'm not going to be able to see my camera as we craft. So I hope this goes well. We'll see what happens. The first thing we're going to use is some matte Mod Podge. And I am going, this is going to be similar to the one that I gave away. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all how I achieved that look. And let's see here. I don't have any kind of special paintbrushes or anything. They're just cheap little paintbrushes that either somebody gave me or I got at a yard sale or Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do, I use mulberry paper. I like working with mulberry paper. So I am going to use mulberry paper to cover the top, and that's what I used on the other one at first. It takes glitter really well too. And let's see, I had these sitting upside down, so hopefully they've got a little bit in here. And you're just going to cover the whole top of the box with the Mod Podge. Now I'll tell y'all, I'm a very slow crafter. I get very meticulous at times, so sometimes it takes me a while. That's why this will probably be in parts. And then I just take my mulberry paper and I push it down on it. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Now make sure you got your creases good here at the hump. It probably would have helped to make sure the box was closed good first. But anyway, I'm just gonna, get this here down real good. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to cut around the edge. Now, if you're using mulberry paper, don't throw this one away. You could use regular scrapbook paper too. You don't have to have mulberry paper. I just like working with mulberry paper. Now, sorry y'all. When I cut this, you know how the edge of the hump here goes up to a slant? I cut that out. And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. I just try to get it as close as I can. Excuse my sniffles, y'all. It's humid, it's fixing to rain, so the humidity is outrageous right now. I'm in North Carolina. I'm not in Florida, thank goodness. I grew up there and I know how that is. And I go down there to visit my son and my father, so I know what it's like down there. The humidity is so thick you can't hardly breathe sometimes. But anyway, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to cover the top with the mulberry paper. And now I'm going to find a piece of lace that I like. Okay, I think I'm a little bit more prepared now. I went and I gathered some supplies, and actually this has had a chance to dry overnight, and I just don't like the way I'm just cutting off that edge there. It was kind of sticking out, and it's not really gonna show. Maybe it had too much time to dry. But I'm just going to, like I said, in crafting if it screws up or you mess it up, that's okay. You can fix it. There's always a band-aid in crafting, y'all. Always. Some way to patch it up, fix it up, cover it up somehow. Alright, so we have, the only thing I've done so far is took the mulberry paper and glued it to the top and let it dry. So now the next thing I'm going to do, now I made a tutorial on the flowers so I wouldn't have to make this video super long, and I'll put a little eye up at the top so y'all can click on the little circle at the top right hand corner with the eye in it, and it should drop down, and I'll have where the video for the flower tutorial, the rose tutorials in there. But I made these flowers and I did a tutorial on this one here, and this one here, one of the layers is without a dye. I'll show you how you can do it without a dye. Now, in the tutorial, I didn't show shaping them with my tweezers. After it dries a little bit, I come in with my tweezers, and I hope y'all can see, but I just take the edge of the petal and curl it with my tweezers and just shape it the way I want to. So even if your flower doesn't look that good, when you finish, you can always go in and shape it. And some of them I just, you know, I take some of them, and I know I'm getting lower. I'm sitting down, so some of them I do on the side and twist it. But after it dries a little bit, I just come back in and take my tweezers and I shape my petals so it looks more realistic. So, and I even do the same thing with the little bitty ones. Well, they're not really little bitty. This one is probably, it's almost 1 3/4 wide. So, and then this one here is approximately, well, I'll show y'all so you can see. This one here is approximately, if you do widest point, almost 3 inches. Almost 3 inches, see? Excuse me. So, anyway, this is where we are on our box. We've made our flowers so we don't have to stop and make those. We've got our mulberry paper on here. Now I'm going to take some lace, and I'm just going to cover some of the box with lace. Now I don't really focus on this top corner here because this corner is going to be covered pretty good, and I don't like wasting my lace at all. So let me make sure I got the front side. Yeah, so I take, and it don't have to go all the way to the edge, but I cut it, and the edges are going to be covered up anyway. We're going to put trim around the edges, so it doesn't have to be perfect there either. Now I'm going to put my lace up, and I'm going to turn it around here and kind of trim up. Well, I'm going to glue it first and then I'll trim it. Again, I'm just using my Craft Medley Premium Craft Glue. I don't know why I can't say that correctly, but I'm just going to take the lace, and hopefully my glue cooperates with me today. I've been getting the ends clogged up, but you just have to peel it off. It comes off. Alright, I am trying to learn to work my craft table with the camera, so I am trying. That's one reason why I put the tape here, so I would know I'm in frame. But anyway, I've got the back side of my lace, and I'm going to just go along the edges real good with the glue. And see, I like using this glue because it does dry relatively fast, but at the same time it doesn't dry immediately like hot glue, and therefore it gives you a little bit of wiggle room in order to move it and shape it around. Now I'm just going to periodically, sporadically rub some glue on here, focusing on the edges mostly. And we're gonna put layers on top of this, so if you miss a little spot, that's okay. Try to stay in frame. I can't see my phone picture to know if I'm in frame. That's another reason why I did the tape off here, so I could try to stay in frame. And my battery was running low, so over here I can plug up my phone while I do it too, so it won't stop. The only thing I gotta worry about now is running out of memory. Okay, flip it over and just pull it down. Make sure to push it down on the little hump there. This is one of the Dollar Tree boxes with the hump. And you know, I seen somebody's video that was saying that they like to know everything that's going to be used at the beginning, like a supply list. And when I craft, I just kind of wing it, and I really don't know what I'm going to use until I get going. And well, I mean, like, I knew I was going to use the flowers, and I did the tutorial on that. Now I'll leave this little hump part up because it's so hard to cover it and get it to cover correctly. Now, and you know, everybody has their own way of crafting, and that's what makes crafting so great, because everyone can take the same exact supplies, the same exact things, and everyone will get a completely different end result, because everybody's unique in their own way. And I got glue all over my scissors. That's why I didn't use my Tim Holtz scissors. I didn't want glue all over them. But anyway, that'll work for right now. So I got my lace on here. Now, one thing I'm going to use on this one that I did not have before, and you know, you can use anything you want. You can layer more lace, you can rip some paper and collage it on there, you can do anything you want to. I just like the layers and everything, but I have some what's called skeleton leaves. And I think it would be really pretty to lay a couple of them down on here and have them, I'm going to use the smallest ones, I think. But I just want to lay a couple of them on here. I know most of it's going to get covered up, so let's put the big one in the front here. Here we go. Do that one like that. I'm going to put this one like this. Now, I'm just going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and rub across the top of it just to lay it down a little bit. Plus, too, that's going to help hold some of that lace down. These are so thin. In pulling all of my purple stuff together, you know, you realize how many different shades of purple there are. So I had some purple satin, and I was going to use it for the bow, like on, I don't know, it does kind of go with it, don't it? I was afraid the purple was a different color when I put this on there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or the white satin yet. But we got to do around the edges first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, on the edges, I've got some, we're gonna go all the way around the edge, and I go from here with most of it to here. I don't do this back part because of it opening and stuff. Sometimes it'll, you know, kind of hinder it from opening all the way. So I go from this right here to this right here. And I've got some purple pom-pom trim that I found at a thrift store a while back. When I say a while back, y'all, it could have been a year or so. I don't really remember. There's a lady at the Nazarene thrift store that she'll call me when they got stuff, and if I have enough money left over out of my fixed income, I may go get a few things, but she tries to look out for me, but I haven't been there in a while. But anyway, I'm gonna take this and I'm going to adhere it right here on this edge, the lip of the lid. And if it's easier for you, you can open the lid, if I can do that, and then just stick it all the way around right here on the lid. Now, oh no, wait a minute, I didn't do that. Okay, scratch that, sorry. We're gonna go all the way around below the lid with the pom-pom trim. The other lace we're gonna put up here so it'll overlap. But this one we're gonna go around the bottom here. So I'm just gonna leave it closed, and I'm going to start there. I'm gonna go all the way around. See how that is? And that's what I'm gonna do. Now on this part, I'm going to go down and across here, back up, and then straight across like the box goes. I'm not going to go way down in here, I'm just going to go right across right here at the lip where the box opens. Making sure I have enough of this lace to go all the way around. Yeah, I do. This is a really pretty iridescent lace that I got from Tina's Crafty Life. She was having a auction, a fundraiser auction, and I got this from her some time ago. And this is the same lace that I used on the other box that I gave away, and it just really kind of sparkles and gives a little bit of sparkle on the side, and it actually picks up the color. Cause see, look, this one, this is a purple box, and it's kind of reflecting purple off. Look at, this is the same exact lace on this box, same exact, and it's got a pink hue to it on this box. Isn't that cool? So same lace, different surroundings, and it like just blends into the surroundings. But this lace here, I am going to put on the original lip I was telling y'all about on the lid. I'm going to put this, okay, on the lid, you can open the lid and do it that way and put it right on this lip, and I still only go right there to that plastic piece, but I go all the way around from there to the other side to there, and I'm just going to glue it around right there. Now, I'm actually going to cut it off right at this, because I found that when you put it over the tab that you pull for the lid to open, it'll pull off real easy and it'll start coming off. So I just decided on the last box, because I had done one prior to the one I did before, but the first one I did like this, when I did it, it wants to pull off right here at the tab, so I'm just going to cut it off right there where this tab starts and put a dot of glue there so it'll hold it, and that way opening and shutting the box will not be pulling the lace off. Okay, now I'm just going to start it right back off where it starts on the other side. I am using this. This is from Doris. It is doily tape, and this is the light purple. It's number 1218-234. I do have some of this in various colors that I can sell. I have hot pink, mint green, purple, and I think I got a light blue too. They're all pastel colors, but I used to have a craft store online, and due to my health and other reasons I had to shut it down for a while, but I'm kind of looking into opening another one, but I don't know when. It's going to take a little while. But anyway, this is also already has adhesive on it. There is a peel and stick, and this is really sticky, but just to make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glue to it before I put it down. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna put it on here, and then I'm gonna fold it down over the lace. So I'm gonna put it across here, and then I'm gonna fold it down over the lace, and I'm gonna do it exactly everywhere the lace is. Now, I'm gonna put a little drop of glue kind of on the corner part, just to make sure it sticks. I'll forget to come back over here, but see, alright, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue there, like touching the top of the lace is what I'm doing. Just touching the top of the lace and put a little tiny bead of glue across. And now I'm gonna take the doily tape. This is actually, let's see, it is 0.59 inches wide, so it's a little over half an inch wide. And because of that, I'm going to fold it over right there. No, I'm gonna do like this. Okay. Sorry, I have to think out loud sometimes, y'all. I wish I could do a live where y'all could sit here and talk back to me. I feel like I'm talking to myself, which technically I am, but I know y'all will eventually be listening. So, and what I'm doing is I'm just, you know, putting it, see, I'm just coming around the edge, and then I'm just pushing it over onto the top. And that just covers those raw edges of the lace and the mulberry paper. I'm gonna come around to here. And now this, where the lid actually comes up, the little pull tab where you pull the lid up, this isn't gonna go all the way down on it, so I can go ahead and just go straight across there, because it's just gonna put a little tiny lip on there. See, it just kind of covers up the raw edges. And that's another reason why I'm gonna go ahead and come right here across where the pull tab is to open the lid, to kind of help cover that raw edge, because this gives it a finished edge on both sides this way. And after I get it all the way across, I'll go ahead and hold it up and show you how it looks on the sides too. But now I'm going to come back over here and take this tape off that was holding it down to the card. I don't want it to ravel out too much, so that's why I was hoping it would glue down and I could pull it off simple, but that ain't too bad. Alright, so, and again, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to cover most of it up anyway. The only part you want to kind of make sure of is the edge. Now see how the edge, it's covering up the loose edges, and if it starts to pop up anywhere, you can always come back and put a dot of glue and adhere it down, because if you notice on this tape here, the glue doesn't go all the way to the edges, it's just in the center, the adhesive that's on it. Try to find the end to show you. See here, it's like two-sided tape that's on there, and you can see it, and that's another reason why I added some adhesive to it, because, you know, two-sided tape don't seem to last forever. But I do believe this is the, let me see, hobby and craft item, not a toy. It doesn't say. I was thinking if it was acid and linen free, but it don't say. Anyway, I'll show y'all again what it is. If you are interested in purchasing some, you can email me at the link below, and I'll let you know how many of what color, and I kind of have to look up the price too. I haven't sold anything in a while, so I don't want to tell y'all the wrong price, but hopefully I can get a store open back soon and y'all can come and buy some of this stuff. Anyway, alright, now the next thing that I like to do is go ahead and make my bow. I was trying to scrub the glue off my fingers. I'm a very messy crafter, y'all. So I think I'm going, because there's a lot of purple on here and there's a lot of purple going on the side and all, I'm gonna go ahead and use the white satin, and I'm gonna just go ahead and trim this. It's starting to fray a little bit, which once it gets on the box, I like for it to fray just a little, but not a lot. But I'm just gonna tie a bow like I'm tying my shoe. I pinch my ribbon together here. Let me pull some ribbon out. And then this is double face satin. That means it's shiny on both sides. So I'm just gonna wrap it around, and when I wrap ribbon that's this wide around, I like to fold it in half so it doesn't bunch that much. And then I'm just gonna pull it back through, just like tying a shoe. And then I pull it and adjust it the way I want it. This is the way I make my bows most of the time. I just tie it like a shoelace and then come back, and just like with my flowers, I make my flowers and then I come back and twist them and turn them and make them look the way I want them to. Now, and plus too, this is gonna, a lot of this is gonna get covered up with the flowers and stuff. So I'm going to cut these off relatively short, because if they're too long, they'll get caught in your box lid, and then your recipient will fuss at your box. You don't want them fussing at your box. Okay, save that. Save everything. I do. Alright. And I picked up the wrong glue again. I leave my glues laying sideways so I don't have to wait for them to run all the way down. Now, when I put this bow on, I put it right here, like almost in the corner. Because when you put this here, you're going to put your flower here, and when you put your flower there, it'll rest on the hump and kind of keep it at the angle that I like it at. You can put yours flat if you wanted to, but I kind of like for it to rest on that hump and be at an angle a little bit, because too, that's where I'm going to put my sediment of some kind. I haven't decided what kind I'm going to use on this box yet, because I thought I had one that I could use in my purple pad that had some cutouts in it, and I need one that is long and skinny, so excuse me, and I didn't have one that was long and skinny, so I haven't found one yet. And see, I just kind of arranged my bow the way I want it, and most of it's going to be covered up anyway. This mostly just gives you like a foundation for your flowers and everything. And I should have probably plugged up my glue gun for this one, because this one takes a little bit longer because of the satin. The satin this glue takes a little bit longer to adhere with the satin. But anyway, I'm going to stop here for right now, and I'll be back. I'm gonna let my leaves dry. I'm gonna let my bow dry. I'm gonna put a clip on it and let it dry for a little bit. And it's late, so I'll be back in the morning and we'll finish up decorating the top of the box. See you in the morning. Y'all have a crafty evening.